So let me get this straight. When Colin Kaepernick was kneeling a few years back for police brutality, the only one I think that ever said anything from the NBA was LeBron James. And I don't know if he actually said something during the whole issue or if he just said something. I think it was afterwards, after I think Cap had already, been like an afterthought in the NFL. Anyways, when before, players were, I guess, how do you say this? They were vilified for kneeling against police brutality. Now, a few years later, we're at the point where if you don't kneel, you're vilified. And you're for police brutality, it doesn't matter. The NBA is so hypocritical in what they're doing with their whole Black Lives Matter campaign. To start off, Black Lives Matter is an important issue. Black lives do matter, as do anybody who has been a victim of police brutality, and these assholes that sometimes are part of law enforcement, that they like having power over people. So with that said, not all cops are bad, and not all people who die at the hand of police are black. So we need to understand those issues, right? And also, most people that come in contact with the cops don't die. A few months ago, I got a ticket. I got upset with a guy, right, for giving me a ticket because I didn't think that I was speeding. He did. But I understand that he was doing his job, right? There was no escalation, anything like that. But I still believe that cops are important. And so now that when before Black Lives Matter kind of meant just against police, represented being against police brutality, Black Lives Matter now in 2020 stands for so much more, right? It stands for defund the police. It has been essentially, these NBA players have been weaponized for a political cause that they do not understand. Everybody wants to do good in this world, right? Everybody wants to be on the right side of history. Unfortunately, we now know that sometimes things aren't as clear as as we hoped that they were, right? Bill Clinton, turns out he was one of the best presidents that people thought. Now he is a complete asshole, right? All of these founding fathers that people thought were good, now turns out they were all slave owners, right? It's kind of like that line, The Dark Knight, where well, I mean, they're all dead, but it's sort of like that, where you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, right? So it turns out, if you don't kneel now, now you're doing a bad thing, and this article here, for this player from the Orlando Magic, Jonathan Isaac, he is a black player, and he did, afterwards he did say why he didn't kneel. I think he said, because it doesn't represent who he is, all these things. I don't know if he said he had anybody in the military for his family, which people usually attribute. That's what they were saying at first, right? When Cap first started kneeling, that, oh my God, he's disrespecting the troops and all these things, right? And then Drew Brees a few months ago got in trouble for attributing this to the military, which it's completely not. But some people choose not to kneel because somehow they equate it to being disrespectful towards the military, right? Anyways, whatever his reasoning is for not kneeling, that's his prerogative, right? He can choose not to kneel. But what I'm pointing out is that the NBA only will get behind an issue when it's convenient for them. When it is not convenient for them, best believe they're going to leave you to dry, hang out to dry, because it doesn't, I guess, it's not the popular opinion, right? Only when in 2020, when Black Lives Matter has become this like a movement, this social movement where it's socially acceptable now they get behind it. When they should have gotten behind it 4 years ago, they didn't say a word. The issue now for the NBA and for all sports is not anymore Black Lives Matter. It's easy now to say you're for Black Lives Matter. This girl on Instagram last time, she told me that anybody who she sees doesn't put up the little black square on Instagram, she's automatically gonna assume that they're against Black Lives Matter and therefore they're racist. Right? So now the issue for the NBA, the Black Lives Matter thing now for the NBA and for, I guess, society now is not Black Lives Matter, because like I said, it's easy now to be behind Black Lives Matter because it's a popular opinion, right? Now it's the whole Hong Kong thing. A few weeks ago, people were trying to put free Hong Kong in the back of their jerseys. Little did they know that the website for the NBA wasn't going to allow them to do that. So what the NBA do? Did they issue a statement saying we support democracy, we support Hong Kong against these communists in China? Did they say any of that? No. What they said was, we're just going to get rid of the whole, personalizing of the jersey thing, and it's only going to be pre-approved for players in the NBA. No longer, because you guys you can't behave, the public, now we're not going to let you customize your jerseys with your own little, I guess, slogan, whatever you wanted to put in the back of your jersey, right? And people did different things, right? You could put different things, like I think they were trying to put "fuck the police" and all these nasty things, and the algorithm would let you in the NBA store, but it wouldn't let you put free Hong Kong, right? So this is, like I said, this Hong Kong issue now is the Black Lives Matter of 4 years ago. It's not cool right now to be behind Hong Kong. Nobody really cares. If you ask these kids, like the TikTokers, right? The TikTokers I saw, my daughter she follows TikTokers, and like I think most of them have like the Black Lives Matter profile picture as their profile picture. So 13-year-olds are behind Black Lives Matter. That's how you know an issue has become widespread or mainstream. Nobody has anything about Hong Kong, So the fact that the NBA is quiet about Hong Kong fighting for its democracy, fights for its freedom, just tells you that they're a bunch of money-grubbing whores. They don't care about issues, about real black lives. They just want to, like in the movie The Departed, right? The chief of the police tells Leonardo DiCaprio, do you want to be a cop, or do you want to just look like a cop, carry the badge, carry the gun, or do you really want to be a cop? And most people just want to seem like they support these issues. because they want other people to see them supporting these issues, not really because they're active against real social problems that exist in this world today. So, it's just a travesty that now, because you choose to stand, and Greg Popovich also decided not to kneel, but it's just hypocritical of the NBA. Now the NFL also, they're gonna start putting these slogans or these little social justice sayings in the end zones, So it's become pervasive, right? And it doesn't make any sense. It's totally, it's totally apparent what they're doing. So we'll see where all this goes. I predict it's probably gonna get even worse. So, anyways, at least we have sports back. So we'll catch you guys later.